Alright, MPFlash. The purpose of this video is just to explain the multiplay switches that you'll need to be able to switch between the different bin positions. So for multiplay, you have 4 selectable bins. And you see here I have a little switch panel set up with 2 toggle switches. I like using these micro toggles so that way they're smaller. The most simple type of switch is what they call a single pole, single throw. And that'll just have 2 terminals on it, like this example here, and this one here from Radio Shack. So there's only 2 terminals, and all it does is just connect the 2 terminals once you flip the switch. There's other switches that you can use. You won't be able to see on this one, but I'm actually using a single pole double throw, what they call an on-on toggle. So I had these already for the some parts of the MPSCI link project. If you ordered MultiPlay, you'll get a MultiPlay module, MPFlash module, with this pigtail. And the pigtail will have a waterproof connection, and the wire is the same wire that I've been using on other components of these projects. It's a nice wire. It's 22 gauge. It's got really fine strands, so it's very flexible wire. And the colors are white, brown, blue, and black. You'll notice you won't be able to read the designation there, but starting from the bottom here, there's the white wire is on the plus 5 volt terminal. And then from the top, the other terminals are ground at the very top. Z15 has the brown wire landed on it, and Z16 has the blue wire landed on it. This other one that's empty is labeled Z17, and that's for the octoplay. It was just designed with that in mind to give the option of using a different type of components to be able to have 8 bins that you can select. So some people have actually got the octoplay, and we'll go into detail later about how to switch that. But basically, you'll end up most likely with that black wire landed on Z17. The black wire is ground and not really necessary for the switch. And the example I got here with the 2 toggle switches, I've got this other wire with the same connector. So when the switch solution is available, you'll end up receiving a length of wire with the appropriate connector on the end of it, and then you'll have some type of switch. So in this case, I'm using 2 toggles. I have a test example of a rotary switch that I'm testing out. So you'll just simply plug the connectors together. They only go on one way. The switches. So one switch, both switches will need the 5 volt power. So you can kind of see here, I've jumpered the 2 switches so that way the common on the switch has power available. So 5 volt power is coming off the white wire. Go to the common of your switches, jump them across each other so both commons are connected, and then the first switch will have the brown wire attached to the switched terminal, so that way you'll have the Z15 will be on when you turn the switch on. And that's going to power 5 volts to the Z15 terminal on the MPFlash. And what that does is that selects the next line for that bin. So both switches off, or if you've opted for single play, you'll have nothing here, no connection. So no power on any of these terminals is the default bin, which we're going to call bin 1. If the first switch connected to Z15 is on, powering the Z15 with 5 volts, then you're on the bin 2 slot. The second switch is connected to the Z16 terminal, which on this is the blue wire. And when you turn that one on by itself, you'll have the bin 3 position. So this is a MultiPlay is a 4-bin chip. First switch on, Z15, is bin 2. The second switch connecting Z16 is bin 3. And then if you have both switches on, that's going to power 5 volts to both the brown and the blue wire, both Z15 and Z16, and then you're in the bin 4 position. So you can see on this white wire that I'm using, the colors don't match up, but all the colors on any wire that you purchase from me will be the same as this. So white wire again is +5. The brown wire goes to Z15. The blue wire is Z16. And the black wire is ground. And if you've got an OctaPlay module, then the black wire is going to be landed on Z17. So, and you'll need 3 switches, 3 simple toggle switches in order to select the 8 bins on the OctaPlay. And you'll do the same thing. You'll jump across the common on all 3 of your switches, and then the black wire on the 3rd switch will get powered with 5 volts on the Z17 terminal, and then that'll enable the second line in order to have the other 4 bins with the same switch pattern. So this is simple, like binary switching. Both off is the default. First switch is bin 1. The second switch is bin 2. And then both switches, both switches is bin 4. Both switches off is bin 1. First switch on is bin 2. Second switch on is bin 3. And both is bin 4. So if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments, or you can ask us on the Facebook group or in the Turbo Mopar forum.